What's going on? Little Red Riding Hood. What's going on? I'm the skunk, and I got big teeth. My ears are small, but I hear well, because I don't listen. I just let everything vibrate, because if I start to listen, I won't hear anything at all. There's so much noise in this world. Jing-a-ling-a-ling, I got some change in my pocket going to jing-a-ling-a-ling. Vibrations, I got 41 cents, 41 on Monopoly, gets you to the Mediterranean. Why am I smoking this joint? Why? Because I'm starting to come down from the other world, listening to these vibrations and those. I can't go into it, and it's harder to think. And when I can't think of the righteous, it fucks you up, because you ain't thinking of anything good down here unless you're thinking of someone and something good about someone, because if you're thinking about bad, you're bringing the evil in. So I was thinking about bridge and bridges and Hoover Dam. I was talking because all the numbers of Hoover Dam and start up from September 11th, December 21st. Or if you want the 21st, in order to make it even, reverse it to the 12th. 12 and 21 is 33, the creation. So we'll end at creation and we'll begin at the start at 9/11. 9/11 to October 11th will be the end of 2 years and 1 day since the 10-10 cycle has passed. The cycle of Jupiter. The cycle of 400 of Jupiter. 40 times 10. 400 of Jupiter, 280 of the rest. Plus Jupiter 80 is 360, plus Jupiter 80 is 360, take away 80 and 80 from Jupiter of the 400, you're left with 240, which is 10 days of 24 hours, 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days. Just like Moses, the laws of Moses, just like football, the numbers in football. That's what it is. 6 days of 16 hours awake of the one spirit of the 6 angle. 1 day of God. And then 3 more days. So the question is, if we start on a Thursday and go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then the next day is the Wednesday. And then after the 1 day of the Wednesday, you go Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday was the chosen day for Wednesday of the entry, the 19th of December, 2 days before the 21st. So we back it up a little bit. October 11th is the first day. November 11th is the last day. So if you had to make any day between that, the 11th of October to the 11th of November. But we're going to back it up and not use my numbers, because I backed it up using a number of in between already, which is a 9 cycle in the 10 worlds. Every time you back up 9 and 10, it stays in the same place. Because there's only 9 spaces. The total is who made it. Now I smoke a little weed, smoke a little cigarette. Keeps the balance in my mind, the gun inside of it. Cancer I don't give a fuck about, because I know what's upstairs and I'm working for the world right now, and I won't give a shit about anything else unless I can save. Unless I can save a little bit of money that didn't do anything for me all my life, that I chase it and work hard all my life. Do I take the blue pill or the red pill? This pill is the blue pill. In the other world, they took the red pill. I already got the red pill. I'm down in the rabbit's hole. I need the blue pill to get on out, the electric, the salt water. 6 days at 16 hours is 96 hours. Man screwing his wife. Don't you know how it works? He's watching the TV, his antenna's up. His wife calls him, his antenna's still up. So how do you want his dick to get up? If you go to bed on time, you get a little horny. 613, 6 days. 6 days of sleep, 8 hours, because that's the heaven, 4 and 4. That's why you have the REM. The revolutions of love. The better of the understanding inside the mind, being taught by the evil, the good, and the in-between. You're the ugly because you have to choose. Whatever you choose will leave you in that state. Because everybody else is going to be unhappy that you didn't choose from them. I'm talking about the Jack of Clubs. 6 days at 8 hours is 48 hours. The 2 worlds of 4 go into Jupiter, make 1 8. 8 and 8 is 16 or 88. Because they're all separate, except for the ones below. Man needs the other 4 to make his 8 heaven. so we can connect with the moon and have the reflection on Mars. Now we go to one day, which is the 24 hours of God. Now we're standing up all day and we're not sleeping. Our antenna is up on positive. That day belongs to God. That's 24 hours. Then the 3 days, 3 points are the field goal to bring us into the end of creation, because the 6 was the God of creation, who had the one spirit to create the 10, in which turned out to be 2 sevens. 14. 10 turned into 14. 10 and 14, 24. The letter X. 10 in Roman numerals, the letter X. In Roman numerals, it's V minus 1 for 4. If you put the 1 on the other side, it's 6. Now you have its reflection. It's 10. It's 9/11. And the 10 world makes 21. The 3 days that you're awake on the latter end of the week is 48 hours, the same thing as you were asleep at the beginning. Now they match. Your mind can go around because you're sleeping. You're in REM, revolutions, and you're moving 1,000 times. And 1,000 Roman numerals. Then you have the 3 days awake, 48 hours that I said, and the 3 days of sleep. Times 6 is 18 hours, Resh, the letter R. It's the 18th letter, but the sound makes it the 19th letter of the moon. But in French, or in word and talking and spelling, they add the E, because you need the E of the passage, or the electronic world, which is 14, 23, 32 around. 32 and 5 where you started is 37. 3 by 37 is 111. Center of the roulette, 16, 19, which is red. 17 and 20, which is black. And 18 and 21, which is red. 18 and 21 is the 18 strikeouts of 6 innings of the home team, and 21 strikeouts of the visiting team, making 39, and it's the 7th inning stretch. 3 13s went by. $39 plus the 7 and 6 innings they played equals the 52 of the Mayan, equals the 52 on your phone. That's straight up and down. The connection upstairs. The time awake was 96 and 48, makes 144 for the 144,000 midway angels. Why do we add the midway angels of 144,000? Because M is 1,000 and he comes before everything. The one spirit, the one angel, and the one man. 3 eggs. Whatever number goes in there is whatever man chooses to do within his mind in his living life. Otherwise, they're just numbers of creation. The sleep hours add up to 48 and 18. I probably got that wrong because it's 24. I did that once before. You have to add the 6 of man inside there. It reconnects. The 24, 18 and 6. 3 quarters, 666, and 6. And now you have the 24-hour day. So that's why I made the mistake. So anyways, because, I mean, the numbers, they just travel. I got to go back and forth and leave this on the side and take that and remember what I just said to go back to what I was saying. 24 hours sleeping, with the 48 hours sleeping at the beginning of the 6 days, equals 72 hours. 2 worlds of 7. 2 by 7, 14. The train set. 2 Monopoly boards, one inside the other. One with 4 corners of trains, one with 4 corners of something to do. Go into the world, visiting jail, just sitting on free parking, or going right to jail. Number 31, the 31st day of the month, 31st day, that is Halloween, in which the J God who runs it is 10, makes 41, which makes the Mediterranean. Halloween, October, the 15th, equals the egg. All zeros are 15 in this world. They're 24, they're 33, they're 6, and they're 15. 15 in that world, when you come out of the egg, you're an X-man. 2 and 4, 2 of Venus, 4 of the connection of Mars, equals the 6th man that cross connects on the phone, leaving the cross. From 2, down through 5, over to 4, and then over right across the 6. If you stretch it, you put the ground into the ground, the copper ground of the connection of the earth. And now you've got life of 24. Man of 6 equals 30. Take away 6, you have 18, the Resh. The man that holds the moon in his hands. The man that holds the hunchback, the moon on his back. The moon on his head. I have no hair. The hair grows because I think. I don't want it. The hair grows because of the bad thoughts. I have no more bad thoughts. I lost my hair. The hair connects your chin together so you feel the vibrations from the mouth you move. So it leans up to the back of your jaw, in through your ears and back through your head so you can think again, into your heart, where the blood keeps pumping the information into the mind so it can decrypt it. 72 is part of the 7286 of the creation, because on piano that stops on 7. H and I is the heaven of birth. And there is no birth, there is no heaven, because there is nobody but an egg. So there's just a hole. The 0 or the O is a hole. That's all it is. There's two kinds of zeros. One you put at the end of the page, it's a black dot. That one is 6 for the female. Okay? The 24 plus 4 makes her 28 of the month. The period at the end of the sentence is where it's 6. But the passageway where you go through the hole, instead of hitting the hole as a period, is a black dot, a black hole that you can't go through, that you do go through, that they showed you on Bugs Bunny. There's 144, the 144,000 midway angels of the two worlds. 72 is 36 and 36, 18 and 18, Reish. The moons of the moons. 144 and 72 is 216, 1, 2, and 6. The 12th letter, which is L, and the 6th letter, which is F, LF. 6 and 12 is 18, 6, 1, and 2 is 9 birth. You cannot say 666. You must use the L and F to create the R, because the father of 1 and the mother of 2 create the 1 of 6. 1 and 2 is 3 of 6, makes 18. The letter R that carries the A. It is the only consonant that can be divided by 6 and support the A in front of it. Because the L could, but the E is supported by the electronic world, which is passage of Jupiter. I made a little mistake, because it's 7, 7, and 10, where the 7s created the 10 world. But the 10 world, when the 7s created it, the 10 world is now 13. Because 10 down to 7, and 7 up to 10 is 3. And from 7 to 10, you got to go 10 up 3, because you went down 3. So now you got 7, 10, and 13. But they're just numbers in the book that are encrypted, even though they're the same. It's a chicken house that's across the street with 3 floors and 30,000 birds in it. And they're all waiting for the same food that we're dumping in different bins, but it's the same food. We divided it up. Food for thought. The 144 that you are awake, plus the 24 hours of God, because it is the mind of the moon, is 154, 164, 168. 16 is the P letter, the 1 and 6 on your dice that counter each other, that bring the one spirit in and the one spirit out. From Roman numeral 4, 5, minus 1, up to 1, minus to plus 6. The mind is at work. 168, the one spirit of the 8 heaven. 68, we don't need to say the 1, because when we multiply 1 by 68, it's the same thing. 1 by 6, 1 by 8. We get 7268. And I don't know if you've seen this before. I've never taken this off the door because it was my inspiration to life, or why I'm here. I didn't come here for any other reason but to bring peace to the world. That's all I'm here for, is to bring peace to the world. And the Rubik's Cube, and all the sides of the Rubik's Cube, and the time I told you of 6, 1, and 3 days, which is 10 days, because God became 10 from 7. That's why the Sabbath is on the 7th day, because there is no 7th day. 6 is the last day. You start on 1, but everything's between 1 and 6. 5 is the trains, so there's nothing better than 432, because man started out by the trains. Chris the Bird, Spanish train. He picked the diamond 8. The diamond 8 was a straight, but it didn't matter. Once you have the diamond 8, you have the heavens connected. So he can grab all the asses he wants. I'm going to get a drink. Just give me a second. I need to stay in motion. I gotta keep talking. I gotta keep talking and talking. I don't want to let the bridge down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let the bridge down. So we're going to get into this next session. Okay? We finished off with 216. Okay? We finished off with 216 before hours. Now we're going to add. We added the 72 to the 144. I just forgot to explain that the 144 is the one spirit of 4 corners, which are starting at go and the other 4, and the trains. By taking the trains, you avoid going to jail. You avoid going to jail. You take the trains. You go from island to island, so you don't end up on the wrong island. You always take the right train home. Because if you take the wrong train, you might end up in a square. And in a square, at 31, creation of spirit, you're in jail and you're back in this hell. I drink rice milk. I take honey. I don't eat chocolate bars anymore, unless it was a Smarties or a Mars bar. For the RAM in my mind, so I can ram into that moon and find out what the other evil world is doing. 144, 88, 8 times 8 is 64, the chess game. 88, I'm going to show you a design. Can you finish off the rest? It's 2 hearts going together. They look like jacks because these lines have to be connected. Because they're spirit lines that have to be connected. These are the east-west spirit lines. When the Illuminati made their design, they didn't use these lines. Only these lines can create the Christ. The Illuminati's on a creation angle. And their creation angle is covered up and boxing in the number 5. And that's not the way it works. This over here boxes it in. This will turn into a diamond. Let me recreate this. Let me go a little slower. Let me go a little bit slower. And I'm just going to do this the way it is. And then I'm going to outline it with a marker because I'm full of markers and I'm full of paper. I just have to be full of markers and full of paper because if I'm not, then I'm in trouble. Now here's 2 hearts together makes 88. There's a diamond that shows up in the center. You have a 4-leaf clover. You have an upside down spade. And you got a straight heart. But I forgot. Two students face to face. They're facing each other. What are the only 2 jacks that face each other? The club and the heart. The spade and the heart, because the club cannot actually face the heart, because he has 2 eyes, the heart has 1. He can only listen to him with his 1 eye, and that's here. The 2 eyes of man, the 1 heart in the cards, and the 2 eyes of the club, because it's the club that's taking you around the world. Okay, I'm going to get that in a minute. I hope I don't forget. This, at the same time, take a look. Okay, take a look. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see. Let me see. Okay, I'll do this one. When I put in my Spirit Connect, okay, take a look at this line. It's a jack, right? But if you take away that line, it's a resh in Hebrew. They're all reshes in Hebrew. Resh builds everything. Resh is a 7. Resh is a heart. You take 2 reshes in Hebrew. And you got a strawberry. You have a spirit line below, creating the jack. But when you mark the spirit line for the jack, it's a little different. And the reason it's a little different, okay, because it's on the angle of creation, because jack is in the 10 world. He has to go on an angle to get into a world that's not like his. So everything is slanted. It rains slanted. We drive crooked. They put yellow lines on the highway. So we're going to go back to the club. Okay, but first we have a commercial break for the pharmacy. So I showed you the blue pills. Now I bought Bio Grill. The whale is so big and eats so little fish that he keeps himself fit. I don't need all that tough food. I don't want to stuff my face with the energies of the earth that have only brought bad will to everybody that ever thought. There's not one person in this world that hasn't sinned over the age of 21. Have you got laid lately? Have you got laid lately? You've been fucking? You've been fucking someone. You've been drinking. You've been smoking too much. You dropped out of school. All the things you shouldn't be doing. We're in this world to continue our thoughts, so we get into the next world and say, hey, fuck, What I learned in this world, that's crazy, man. But I'm going to get laid tonight. But the moon, you're not engaged. You don't have the 2-5 spirit engaged. The marriage ring. And this finger. Finger number 7. 5 and 2. These are the 2 fingers. It's not this. 1 and 4. This is the world. It's all in our fingers. It's all what we touch. It's all what we see. I go into the bag. Cod liver oil. I have no idea what it tastes like, but I know one thing. If it's a cod and he's got a liver, so do I. He takes care of me, and I take care of everybody else. So I take the cod liver and the chicken liver. I'm never sure about the beef liver because we eat the cow's tongue. So his liver and the tongue is piss. And what he spits out of his mouth is full of shit, so I'm not sure if I want to eat beef liver. But the chicken, she goes cock-a-doodle-doo all the time, but that's okay. She can fly. So any cock will do, because she can't get up high enough for any other bird. The way we chase the birds on the road. We drive over them. And a partridge in a pear tree. Now we're going to omega-3. The extra strength. Why? Heart and my breathing, my heart. I don't know, but I'm like over 150 in my heartbeat or my pulse and all that. It's way over, but it's okay because I did the numbers in my heart, and with the ability of the communication that I have, God's giving me the extra strength. God's giving me the extra strength aspirin from heaven, the knowledge, knowing what to take to cure my ailments while my mind is rushing. So I shouldn't cause a heart attack for my heart, because my heart is pumping out all that information and being encrypted and going into my head for it to come out my mouth. Am I full of shit or what? Oh, that comes out the back end, the asshole. So we got that. Now, we have the rice milk. We have the honey, the rice milk. When I'm finished, I take it down with lime because it's all too sweet to start with, okay? And I want my breath to be a little bit fresher. So when I think and I inhale my own breath, I don't want to say the words of the stink of my mouth. The hail, the garlic, the jail of life. What sits in your mouth rots your teeth. I'm not going away, so don't go away. I'm not finished yet. I can't be finished. The lemon, in the middle of the night, I drink a lot, right? And if the water's inside of you, but it's got no reaction to anything, it's flowing, there's nothing to stop it. So I put in the lemon, and it gives this little zest to it, and sort of breaks it up. Like when you piss, it comes out in bubbles. Well, let it go in with little bits of bubbles, so that it won't choke you, and it'll fill you up quicker. Maple syrup from the maple tree, the tree of life. Tree 3 WWT L'chaim. What is it for? It's all for this. You see the 2 hearts on there that I was showing you before? There they are. All they have to do is move together and you're back in heaven like the star above. The other thing, the last thing, is to understand what they sell in the supermarkets. Shivik Regal. I don't drink this, but it says 1801. The one spirit of the 18 Reish. 1 and 8 is 19, because in blackjack, 18 is 19 is 20. Didn't you know that? Reish goes all the way to 20 because of the ace. It's worth 11 in blackjack. How do I know to do all these things? Besides my supper, salmon. I was wondering if the salmon was going to turn into lox, or it was the lox that they were going to blow up in the hill. Beaver Dam, Hoover Dam, salmon. I want to know what's happening in the ocean while they purify the old spirit. I only cook it because when I look at it, my mind says to me, this time you cook it. But most of the time, It's usually sauteed for 3 days. They put some kind of spice on it. Anytime they put a spice on it and they put an ingredient, the spice will counteract the ingredient, and the vibration that should come out won't come out, because always the good vibrations last longest. And now you have to look at music, all about vibrations. I still have to talk about bridge. Oh, by the way, my name is Ronald. They called me Ronnie most of my life. Then they called me Ronald. Sometimes they call me Raphael. Never sure what my name is. And sometimes in French, they can't say Ronnie, so they just call me a Johnny, like a Jack. Like a Jack in the hole, like an ace in the hole with the Jack. I got blackjack, and I'm carrying the moon on my back, and I'm ready to go. I ain't got no slack on my back. I just got a lot of power on the track, and I'm ready to move. I'm ready to rock. They brought the Beatles out when I was born, and now I'm wearing the hard hat of the Beatles, of JL. 10 and 12, the spirit of life, John Lennon, wearing the yellow glasses to enhance the light, that the rays should spread so he should get the full energy of the spirit. But we don't, because we see with our eyes. We don't get to see it. We only see some sort of a glare, but we don't actually see the pointing, the points of the hands of time. But when you put on the yellow glasses, you can see the sun with the points on it. Hey, I don't eat all at once. I give it time to go down. I take out my lemon. Yeah, I'm a little dirty tonight, but I don't care, because what I thought and what I ate is on my dirt, and I'm not going to worry about my dirt. Otherwise, my mind will stop and go somewhere else and worry about how clean I am. I was clean, now I'm not, and I'll get clean later. I'll clean up. I'm cleaning house. I'm cleaning house throughout the land, bringing back the hands of time. When the clock struck 1, what did the mouse do? Give me a minute. I have shadows in my house. If you look at my Facebook page, I got a monkey sitting on my head, and that's no face chop, or chop, whatever you want to call it. It's no Photoshop. Then right behind me in one of my pictures, if you look on Facebook, I have the King Pius. Don't know who he is. When I looked at him, I said, "Hey, Pius, what are you doing there?" I don't know who Pius is, but he was standing on my shoulder right over here. If anybody knows who Pius is, please leave me a message. I can look it up online. But now it's the lemon. So I take my lighter to the lemon and like this. Give it a little heat. Want to see inside to see if there's an egg. Want to see through the egg. I can't even break this. Oh, the sweet sugar and honey. Oh yeah, they're playing together, sweet little bear. Whoa! Now my body is vitalized and my brain is ready to go. I gotta relax or the door won't open, because I'm at the supper table and I gotta leave the room. Gotta go out for a smoke. I'm not smoking in the house anymore. And a little moonlight at night will be good. Fresh air and a cigarette to choke on. Backdoor ingredient, the nicotine. The pot slightly opens the lock. The waters start to come towards the door, and then all of a sudden, I suck the water back in, because smoke is water. It's an expression. Things are upside down and backwards in this world. You have to go forward and go back to get somewhere, and when you get there and you get home, you ain't got nothing more than a couple of bucks. And a couple of bucks mean reindeers, and buck is money, and buck has a child, and buck has a wife. It's a dough. And dough you cook and it rises in the oven. It's Aries, because it rises. It's water and air and heat. And the white rises. Januaries, Februaries. We've got two of them. 1 and 2 is 3, Mercury and Venus. And it goes all up and away. And our mind has traveled to another country. In another world, of course. Not inside this world, but closely connected. Close enough to be able to turn on a TV and watch me right now sitting here at 30:30 into this video. Now we're going to get into the last part about this video. Okay? And this has to do with the game of bridge. I don't know if it's London Bridge is going up, or London Bridge is going down, or they're just standing on the ridge. Because the middle of the name is R-I-D-G. But the word G has an E after it, and it finishes G-E. Just like the G says all alone, it carries the E. I take the G and the E and I put it together. It starts with B bridge, but the R has its own A. So the B has an E, so it cannot take the E in order to get to the R, so it has to say BR, and use the R as the whole sound, canceling out the A for the next letter, which is the I. Take my bride. Bridge, bride, girdle, G&E Electric, power. They made $15 billion last year, did 75,000 pages in tax return, and paid no tax. Water, energy, human being. Hydro, Quebec. Electricity and water. Monopoly. Number 12 and number 28. 28 is a cycle of the moon, and that's where the water flows in Monopoly. But on 12, it's the electric company, because at 11, you're coming in. And when you're 1 day old, you'd be 12, but then you go back down to 6, because you're just like anybody else. You've just been born, and now you're a human. You take on the power of 6 for the reason on your telephone, and the dice, the 1 crosses down through the 5 into the 6, the 4 crosses up through the 5 into the 3, and you got an X or an olive with little legs if you put it under, down, and under. Then from underneath, the reverse world, which is the same numbers, but I can't use them because I just told you them. So you wouldn't know where I was. So the reverse of what I just told you, 9, 4, is the same thing as 1, 6. 49 is eternal. 4 by 9 is 36, divided by the 2 world is 18 Reich again. 16 and 49, 49, 59, 65. The 2 highest dice, it adds to 11. If you reverse it, it makes 121 is 65 and 56. 121 is 1111, 11 times 11, which is 5 minutes before the hour and 5 minutes after the hour, and you have 10 minutes to play, the 10 worlds. What is left in the clock, you've taken off 2 hours now, so there's 2 hours gone of 12. So now there's 4 hours gone. You either have 22 hours or 20. You have the 20 hours of coming into the world, You have the 2 for life and the 2 for the mind. To mind your own business of life. And to be minding, drilling constantly into the head, looking to put old things to bed, trying to understand what was said, remembering that God is red, and the black is dead. The black's got soul, because it's been through the earth 1 more time than us. They've been on the moon. The black have spent time on the moon. They rested as angels, as the angels are resting for us now. We're human, they work for us. Then we're them, and they're us. So the blacks were already there, but the whites weren't. They wanted to see the difference between black and white, and now we're finding out where the gray area is. Gray's anatomy, the manner of thought, the manner of reflection. The animal knows it needs to eat, so it's going to keep on running after the same animal, but not all the animals will do that. So now we have to get into a whole deal about animals now. Okay? The 4 and 2 that I told you about is 6. It's between 1, 3, and 5, the only dice that have the 1 spirit thought in it. 1, 3, 5, and on the other side of the dice is the cards. The only one that has the 1 spirit in the cards is the 9, and then the 1, 3, 5 of the dice. So 1, 3, 5 are doubled, but not the 9, because you got 4 suits. You got 4 parts of the mind in 1 body, you're a total of 5. You independent shit, you need the 1 spirit just to connect to the moon now to think. So we're on the edge with the bridge. We're on the ridge with the bridge. We're taking the bride. We're taking the guide. We're taking the ride. We're on the bridge. London Bridge is falling down. Waterworks, NA Santa, happens to be NA North America. The spade that can dig, the club that can hit, and better if it hits with a diamond core. Because she's made of coal. And they pick up all that black stuff when they go to bat, and they put it all over that bat, because that black stuff reminds them of the diamonds. And when you put that black on the bat, you're supposed to have a better grip. And when you got the diamond in the center of the earth, when you got the diamond in the sky, pulsating and throwing out the rays constantly, you have a better hit because you connect better in your mind. Home run, grand slam. When man makes a hit, it's a grand slam because he knocks in the spade, the club, the diamond, and his own heart. The total of adding the 4 makes him 10, which makes him like God. But God's 11. And then he's 12. He's always one above you. And he's always above you because he's below. And you're in between. Because you know we're better up or down. And the way you go around life, you ain't no better whether you were here or not. So you're better off going up and even down. But down are all the sharks. And if that's the way you were in your life, you'll go to a lower world. And it'll be even tougher. And you'll have a lot of money, but you couldn't spend it. And you wouldn't have much work. And you wouldn't know what to do with your time because you don't know what to do with your mind. The spade is the highest in the game of bridge. S-P-A-D-E. S is 19 for the moon. P is the 1/6 of the dice of the spirit connecting to the 6. Of the one angle, in between. The A is in between. If it's in between the 1 and 14, because in blackjack and poker, 1 and 14 is the ace in poker, and it's 11 in blackjack. So now we got the angel of 6 and 5. This A equals 6 and 5, not 1, because it's in the middle of P and D, which is the 4 angle. When you look at the word spade, and you add up E, D, A, 5, 9, 10, plus the P is 26, plus 19 is 36, 45, and that has to be wrong. I'm going to look at it again. 19 and 16 is 35, plus 1 is 36, plus 4 is 40. Yes, it's 45. 45 equals to the heaven of one angle equals the heaven totally to go around is 360 degrees. 8 times 45 equals 360 degrees. 30 is creation. The 0 is worth 15. 3 by 15 is the 45. 8 times 45, we went 360 degrees around. 4 times 5 is the 20 world. 4 plus 5 is the 9 of the birth. 29th, the 29th day of February, and the 92nd day of April. In between that, you've got to calculate that. 29th to the 29th of April. So now you have another thing. Now what you have to do, since the spade is in the game, and he's completely on the other side because he's top ace. He's top in bridge, okay? Take his 45 off of 360, you're left with 315. Now you need the 4th corner, or you're not. 315, the front 1, the 3, and the 5 says ace. There's an ace in the spade. It says aid. It says jade. But all in all, it says spade. And it digs. D-I-G, 7, 9 is 16, and 4 is 20. Plus the spade equals 65. The 6 and 5 of the dice, 56, 65. You reverse them. It becomes 121, which is 11 times 11. The 65th day of the year is 20 days after Valentine's Day, because the spade, if you start from January 1st, 45 days, 31, and 14 is 45 days. Valentine's is 1/4 of the heart. So that means the heart has 2 pieces on it, and 2 pieces. A heart is made from 4. Did you understand that? Now we're going to go to the club. And if you notice, and you start looking at the cards, you know, are you looking at me? Hey, spade, don't look at me. I'm a jack just like you. Are you looking at me? Because you're looking at me funny. What do you got, only one eye? Oh, you must be a spade with one eye. Where's the other eye? Must be on the hearts. So we'll go look at the heart, and I look at the heart, and the number of the heart is 52. 2 Venus, 5 Jupiter, up and down from each other, going up and down with the information, down into the moon, down into the core, into the Vega card of the earth, out of the earth, back into man. Because it works both ways. God sends it down into the air, down into the earth, into the oceans, and it comes back up again. The evil world, if they try to get that Vega card, it's like Bugs Bunny saying, "You're going to blow up this dam?" And he blows up the dam, and he laughs, there's no water. You're going to blow up this dam. And he blows up that dam, and he's, there's no water. And he comes to the last dam, and Bugs Bunny says, fuck it, because he's at Hoover Dam now. And he pulls it, and he blows up the last dam, and all the water runs out and kills the evil man. The same scenario that's going to happen within the next 6 weeks, as the groundhog said. So now we have the heart, and we have the spade. 52, like the Mayans talk about, all the 52s. 5 days and 2 days, and 5 days and 2 days, and cycles of the moon. 2 and 2 is 4, 5 and 5 is 10. In the 10 world, it's one thing, in this world, it's another. 10 and 4 is 14. The cross of Christ, center of Rubik's Cube. You see the cross in there? The Holy Ghost. That's been turning all the black chips. That's where she is, baby. And the black is plugged into the white. And she ain't turning gray. So Christ is the Word. The heart plus the spade, 45 and 52, is 97. 9 times 7 is 63 creation. R is the 18th. And plus the 1 because of his sound and the family and who he comes from. The vowels of Abraham. 36 in 2 worlds, or 36 in 1, because it is 36 in 1, because it's 2 races. Because it's the race in this world that connects to the real race in the other world, because he's got to be just like you. He holds 2 sticks. The composing opposition of race, 9 versus 4, which is 1 versus 6, on your telephone. 7 and 6 is like 1 and 6. 9 and 4 is like 4 and 3. That's the connection. I didn't do it. Not me. It's the dice. I didn't do it. Not me. It's the roulette. I didn't do it. It's the cards in blackjack. Well, I didn't do it because they told me the ace was worth 11, so when I counted the 91 points in a suit, 13 cards equals 91, I added the 11 equals 102 blackjack. 10-2 equals beta God, the number 12. He's got both ends of the stick. He's got 10 minus 1, 9, 10 plus 1, 11. He's covering you on 12, and he covers you on the 8 heaven because that's where he put you, just in case you get lost in the falls, right over Niagara Falls. 52 and 45. But he's heartless. Less than more. Heart is 52, but less is 55. But what is less is more, because 55 is what gets you onto the trains and to go all around, and you don't have to go back to jail. So if you run right in life, then you'll be on the trains all your life, just riding and going and having a blast. Let's go for a train ride. Central Station. So now we total 55 from heart and less equals 107. 107, the 10th letter is J, the 7th letter is G, and we have J and G. Jack, God, Jack, Rabbit, Jewish God, God, Dad, G, D, the reflection of man 6. So now we're going to leave that and all alone, because if we go to the spade and take it 65, which is 11, and take heart, which is 52 or 7, and we take the less of the heart, 55, 5 and 5 is 1, we equal to a total of 11 plus 7. Yo, 11 comes 7. Let's play craps. It's a 7 world. We got 12. There is no 13, and they bar the 12 for it's 6-6. And it pays 30 to 1 because it's creation in the game. All the odds in the casinos are in the creation. It's not my fault I was a gambler. I played Monopoly and roulette. I played blackjack and I played crazy eights. I played casino war. And I learned from my grandfather how to be slick, how to be sharp. He taught me a sharp game that nobody knows how to play. Hardly anybody remembers it. I don't even remember myself. You had 5 cards. There's 4 cards open in the center. 5 and 4. 5 by 4 is 20. Beta world. 2 times O is 30 creation. 5 and 4 is the 9 birth. That's how the game started. What you do is you build on the cards that are on the table. And if you want, you can take the chance and rebuild a higher level. 5 and 2 is 7. But you can't do that unless you have a 7 in your hand. If you see a 5 and a 2 on the table and you have a 7 in your hand, you pick them both up. So Jupiter picks them both up. Now we'll go to the diamonds. Dia for day, Mons for all, the man of all, the day of all time. The Allman Brothers. The day of man. The day of the dice. Dia 4, 9, 1. 49 and the 1 spirit. 4 by 9 is 36. So it reconnects to the heart and the spade. DI is 13 plus A 14 plus N 27 plus A 1 28 plus N 14 is 42. And 4 is a mistake because I should be near 60. 4 and 14 is 18, 19. 19 and 13, 32, 33, 41, 45. The diamond and the spade have the same count. That is also 1/4. Man, the heart, is 7 above the heart at 52. He's 7 above 45. Now the cloud, CLUB, but the light bulb, or the lube job. But the club has 2 eyes, the spade has 1, man has 1. The club is the other part of man's body. And that's why the club card is holding the Cancer sign. There's many different kinds, but he's holding the Cancer sign because he's the Cancer of man. If you don't act well, he's going to automatically take your body and put it where it has to be with the mind. If the body can't live with the mind, you're not feeling well. If it's your time to die, well, you caused it. But not by what you ate exactly, by what you thought more or less. Or because of what somebody thought before you, a grandfather, a grandmother, because the bloodline sends it to the next level. 75 years per level, 3 levels, 225 years, which is omega, omega, 15 times 15 equals 225, or the X Roman numeral plus the O 15 in the alphabet also equals 25. The Jack, the 11th card, the Queen, and the King, the 12th and 13th card, equals 25. The L and M, 12th and 13th, equals 25. L and M says, do you love me? Because L means she, and M in French means love. Now club, 3, 15, club, 3, C, 3, L. The 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3. It's 3, 3 to start the club. You got Christ starting the club. But the L is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is father and mother. 3, 3 and father and mother. The U is the 21st letter. 2 and 1 is 3. Mother, father. Upstairs and downstairs, connecting. We're getting laid. Send down the energy so we can get pregnant. Now the B, and the B equals 2, so it equals 3, 3, 3, which is 9, and 2, equaling to 11. CLU, or clue, which means a nail on the cross. 3, 3, 3 are the 3 islands connected by the pig. The pig is number 38, and the 3 times 38 is 114, and that equals 57, 57, 3 times 19 of the moon cycle, and the moon in a word count is also 57. So let me finish the club here. I got all 3 levels of 3. 3C, 12L, 3, U21, 3. C is 3, L is 12, 15, 15 plus 21 is 36, plus B is 2, 38. The exact number I was just telling you. Now, club is 38, heart is 52. 52 and 38 equals 90. 45 and 45 equals 90. You got 180 degrees. Half the way around. Because on the other side is the opposing numbers of this. The opposing number of 3. The 8 comes from the other world, so the difference is 2. It would be 7 and 2. You have to bring them back to the way they began. 38 equals 72. H and I. You see 72 is the opposition of 38. 3 and 4 makes the 7. But 3 and 7 makes the 10 world, so it works in 2 worlds. You make the 7, 3, and 4, which is the opposition of Earth and Mars. Now, the diamond, okay, if we're going to add up now, we put diamond, but I'm not sure what to put with diamond. I can't think. All I can think of is all the worlds. ATW, 21 and 23 equals 44. And that's what it's all about. Because 44 on each side is 88. And 88 is what it's all about. Now how do you get 88? It's 72 plus 2 for the 2 worlds is 74 plus 14 for the cross and the Christ. It makes the 88. Now if you go 72 plus the 2 world is 74 plus the 2 world equals 74. That's why my shirt says 72, because it's talking from above and talking about the 2 worlds. It's not talking about the 1 and 1 world, which made 2 more worlds for the mind. 74 times the 24 hours, or letter X, 2 and 4 is the last 6, times 74, 1776. 88 plus 8 heaven, 888 times 2, 1776. If you add up 58, 74, and 90, 58, 74, and 90, 12, 9 and 7, 16, 9 and 7 is 16, you end up with 222. Now we're working this off of this. The center doesn't count because it's the clock of time. You go all around this, you have 845s equal 360. 222 is this line over here. 58, 74, and 90 equals 222. This was 58. This one over here was 62. This one is 66. Now we add 66, 74, 66, 74, and 78. 66, 74, 78, 3, 5, 7 on your phone. 58, 62, 66, 74, 78, 82. Sorry, made a mistake. I know when I'm off right away because I know the difference. 6 and 4 is 10, and 2 is 12. Put the 2 here. 1 and 8 is 9, 9 and 7 is 16, and 6 is 22. 222. Now we have created the X, and this is why God is 10, for this sole reason, because he makes this X. After that, you put down the train tracks, okay? And the train tracks go straight across. And when you add up straight across, you add up 70 to 74 is 144, and 78. 78 and 144 is 222. So you made another 222 this way. Now we're going to count. 222, 222, 222, 222. Okay, you're not there. The video is moved. I hope you come back. Now, we're going to do the next count. In the second position, if this was 58, this one is 62, because it's always 4. 58, 62. Where am I? 62, 74, 86. 6 and 4 is 10, and 2 is 12. Put the 2 here. Put the 1 over here. 9 and 7 is 16, and 6 is 22. 222, 222, 222, 222. Now you do it on the other side of the other world. The same thing. You end up with 888, and 888 equals 1776. How do I get these numbers? On the roulette wheel. There's 9 placements of 4 equals 36. Although they're in a row of 3, you always have to carry the next number up to the next level. But instead, in roulette, they went up to the next level and carried the number within its own number. Like 1 and 3 carries the 3 and the 1 into the section and area of 1. This is the roulette wheel. Okay, what I did to the roulette wheel numbers is I did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. But there is no 27, so I return to over here in the center of Rubik's Cube. Because the 14 is the cross of Christ. And you go through the alphabet one more time. The next Rubik's Cube will take 27 before you enter into the house of the cross. 27 to 14 is 41. You go 41 from going Monopoly, you end up on the Mediterranean. 2 more is Baltic. They are the bullhorns for the Vega card. In the Middle East, in Nevada, in Seattle and Montana, the North Pole, and then it funnels off because the waves come in on the beach of the Atlantic Ocean. From the newest of all lands, they called Newfoundland NFL. Someone and something else to find. You don't want to be a fuck in any game, do you? But if you're speaking to the Scottish, they all know that a fuck is only a seal, the seal of life. And it's not a screwball fuck. It's a seal. S-E-E-L. The seal of life, the vow to life. V-O-W. Volkswagen. V-O-W of Volkswagen is the vow to life. Volks. The Volkswagen expresses that by putting a circle around the VW. That circle is the omega circle that everything goes through. The value of that circle is the VW. V, 22 letter, W, 23, equals 45. 1/4 of the birth of creation. Of the Father, peace, and the Mother. Peace, to make one peace with me, so I should make peace with them. Now we came into the world, and one day, well, the body will leave the world, because the mind has never really been here at all. Raphael, 7286, please, in order for me to empty my mind and lose my hair, I need to grow. The only way I grow is by the words of those who speak, who leave a note, because I can read notes. From one note, I see another note. Because your note leaves a vibration, and the Lord sends me the reality of what the note meant. I don't have to know what you really meant, because it'll come down in vibrations. Raphael, 7286, the man who speaks in capitals, will tell you that the spade, who is the strongest card in bridge, is now the weakest hand, because he is on the left side. He is the left side of you. The jack of spades and the jack of hearts only have one eye. If you bend the cards in the center and put them together, it looks like a big fat jack, looking like this. Hey, I'm Jack. You want to help me? I'm a little fucked up. I need a little weed so I can open up the doors. But I need a little nicotine to hold on to the dam so the generators run, so my mind works. So I smoke weed and I puff on cigarettes. And I don't do too much of any of the too much cigarette really, but I should cut down. But it's hard to cut down because I need to exhaust. The wind, the exhaustion of spirits. The more wind, the more evil that's in the world. The less wind, the least wind, is the no good in the world. But an even cool day is an even kill for all sailing. And the mind goes sailing away. And the 10-cent piece in Canada has a sailboat on it. In fact, before that, it had a shark. So we know we're living just above shark-infested waters. I guess that comes out of the movies. My change that I jingle-ling-a-ling in my pocket, 1 quarter, 1 dime, 1 nickel, 1 penny, I can get into almost any door. It's 41 cents. When I use them all together, I get into the Mediterranean. O Israel is a name of a lost island of man, of a new seed, of a mixed seed, of course, that came out of the land of plenty, the fruitful land, the circle of life, Africa, where at the same time Haiti and Jamaica were just around the corner. They seem to have a lot more spirit and good heart than a lot more that are on the other side. Don't forget, those who have an island built this place on rocks and roll. That's why the Queen has her own island. Jamaica doesn't take anything, but the Queen does. So you can divide between the good and the evil. British, Brit, to cleanse the water, the Brit machine. Writ, as it was written, it shall be done. Who said that? Pharaoh said that. And he said that unto his chiefs, that every firstborn Hebrew will die tonight. Let it be written, it shall be written, or just let it be done. And this is the reverse of the world, where there is no last death. The death is the one life that we lost to regain with the Spirit of the Lord. That when the evil come calling and blowing up and breaking down and worrying on things, God will shoot in on one of his planets, Nibiru or Planet X, and he'll stop this whole mess. But there has to be a winner. We're not playing for nothing. This is all about 50 cents. Half of a GBL, a gerbil, God, Beta Life, the league, baseball. If the good win, they get 1 point. If the evil win, they get 1 point. One gets it on the minus side, one gets it on the good side. It's all about the diamond in the rough. But there still has to be a winner. Raish must win, because he is Chai, the son of Abraham and Jacob, Bethzai. Thus, before any Messiah will come, there must be conflict in order for the mind of the wise one to go over the top as Moses did and stop the evil beast and bring everybody to the land of plenty. Let it be fruitful, let it be written, let it be said, that the land of liberty and the calling of Ron Paul's revolution might bring Ron Paul, the only president ever to enter the House as a president, with the vote of all hands. We honor thee, Ron Paul, freedom of independence, freedom of speech to all eternity, and to protect the laws of A to I, making J the God of 10, and we are all ones. Raphael 72:86. It didn't stop, and instead of letting it go and then stopping it, I must put in my word. My word is said, my word is heard. My word is said, my word is heard. Richie, Rich, and Reggie, R, and R, 18, 18, and 18. R, 18 and 18, 36 creation. You want to get out of creation? You started up from 9, you went to 18. Now you go 18 to 27, to 36. Now you have 2 R's. The next R will bring you to 45, and that's to 1 quarter. Once you get to 1 quarter, you have to minus it now. So you go to 45, to 54. 54 is the reverse of 45. Together they make 99. They both make the 20 world and the 29 of birth. But most often, L equals 12. O equals 15, number 27. V is 22 for life, equals 49 eternal. Plus 5E, the electronic passage, equals 54 of love. Love equals 54.9. And I told you it was valued at 6. 6 man and the 9 love equals the 15 of omega. And that's why 0 is worth 15. 1 and 5, A and E, alpha, omega, not omega, because he's in the E world and not in the O world. Not the passage, not the water, not now, not ever, Raphael 7286. I thank all the movies, all the actors, all the sports, all the dice, anything that moved and grooved in this world that I saw. I thank you all for the spirit of vibrations. Raphael 7286 of love, Maxwell Smart, and Agent 99 in one. 86 and 99 makes 185. 85 is the speed in Montana and the speed in Texas. It is the speed of the matrix. You must make the cars go quicker so that the vibrations will be even to the cars, so the cards will be told properly, so they speed it up. 85 to the 1010 world is 25, and that's the 1/4, which equals 45 degrees. How do I know? Because 25 and 45 is 70. 70 by 5 in the internal center world is 350. Plus the cross Christ, number 14, is 364, or the 13 moons in a year. Raphael 7286. Do you want to know how I know this? I know the numbers. I can read the numbers. I don't know why. I just know it. Can I make mistakes? Absolutely. I started writing a book. The book became a story. The story is our life. Let's not cut it up now. Let's stick together. I need you. Because without you, I'm nothing. I'm just Omega. Omega and all. Raphael 7281. Thank you.